Greetings, my dear beloved friends. I hope that I finally completely closed the topic of relationships in this context, in the context of our discussions around the three rings of magic, but unfortunately, it is not so. We still keep receiving questions in this area, but this time specifically pertaining to romantic partnerships, and we discovered a completely missing link that we assumed that it was not missing. We plan to teach an operational algorithm of manifestation in the second ring of magic. But it wouldn't be just a waste of time if there's still misunderstanding around the most important foundational principle of living a life of a master. If we miss it, then mastery could remain only in the realms of our fantasies and never in our real life. There's an important part of our life that clearly indicates whether or not we are the masters. It's the way we build close friendships and romantic relationships. Everything that will be spoken in this video is based on the real life stories. And for the purpose of confidentiality, of course, I'm not going to mention any names, any countries, but they're real stories of the real people. Someone who was a sincere truth seeker, who was even involved in teaching events in the role of facilitator. Since his early age, he was fascinated in all kinds of spiritual and esoteric wisdom, listened to various teachers, and read millions of spiritual books. And he acquired enormous amounts of knowledge of various spiritual traditions, and at some point, he felt like now he was ready to become a teacher. So he started his teaching and private consultations, but in spite of all great wisdom that he was able to communicate, he greatly suffered from the same missing link, which is the topic of our today's discussion. Every time he encountered among his audience someone attractive of the opposite gender, those encounters initiated some very complex processes within his mind. First thing that would come into his mind is that they definitely were in some kind of special relationships in the past lives. And in this case, people usually chose two particular countries, ancient Egypt or ancient Greece, for some reason. So definitely it was in the ancient Egypt. And here she is again. She came back across the ages. And here is the most popular pickup phrase from the New Age community. When I saw you, there was immediate recognition. We definitely met in the past lives. We were together in the ancient Egypt. We need to acknowledge that many New Agers are very creative people. They can make up stories on the spot. And here comes an exquisitely beautiful, romantic life story from the ancient Egypt that gradually transforms into actual romantic relationships between this teacher and the student, until the teacher meets someone else, this time from the ancient Greece. We need to understand what really is going on here. People try to mystify the obvious, but perhaps not completely obvious for them. And the reason for the lack of clarity may be very simple: a lack of information. We can know everything about Egyptian, Greek, Western, Eastern mysticism, and all kinds of shamanic wisdom, but to miss the most important thing: wisdom of healthy communications and relationship building in our immediate environment. And now you will be comprehensively informed. And if this information finds a place in your consciousness, then you'll be ready to operate in the realm of the second ring of magic, the magic of manifestation. What's really going on when the magnetic attraction to someone is experienced, especially that which is romantically oriented? If we don't know what really is going on, then of course we need to make up something, some surrogate explanation. And where do we get it? Of course, from the books that we've read, from information available to us that obviously doesn't contain the truth of the matter. So he is very well versed in Egyptology, and obviously He is also a creative thinker. And right here on the spot, he creates a beautiful ancient Egyptian love story. And his creativity easily lures the other party into a wild romantic adventure. But the dynamics behind all of this are not esoteric, really, but clearly biological. People may sense biological magnetic attraction to other people just for purely scientific reason, a biological compatibility. If we feel biologically compatible with thousands of people that we encounter on a daily basis or hourly or yearly basis, a clear sign of it is an immediate magnetic attraction. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are from our past lives, of course. Let's call things by their names. It's a sense of biological compatibility. And it's felt more acutely when we meet someone new of this kind. And must it be the reason to jump into immediate conclusion that now is the time to radically change our lives? Just because we strongly felt just a biological compatibility with someone. Like there's another example of someone who was sitting and dining in a restaurant, and here she is a waitress. An immediate recognition, a deep eye contact, and now he couldn't sleep several nights in a row, and the complex mental processes were running around within his head. What if she also has sleepless nights, thinking only about him, and he happened to become the reason of her suffering? And he feels obliged to come back to this restaurant and to find her and to relieve her suffering and let her know that he didn't forget her. I don't know what happened next, but possibly she really didn't experience anything special while she did her job when he was there. Uh, what did he really feel? Something very natural, a biological attraction that potentially may initiate a romantic relation, but absolutely not necessarily. What kind of algorithm operation that we may see here in both cases? Step one, experiencing biological attraction that may indicate biological compatibility or potential for a romantic relationship. Step two, it made those people to come to conclusion that this was a clear sign for them to start actual romantic relationship. Step three, within the next couple of days, they may come across many other biologically compatible people and experience a strong feeling of attraction, compatibility. Step four, now they're anxious not to miss something important on their evolutionary path. Because according to them, according to their belief systems, they can't ignore this strong feeling. They must do something with that. Otherwise, they'll miss something really important. And I personally know many of those people who made their lives an excruciating torture, really a nightmare, because they see destiny in every second person that come across on the streets or spiritual retreats. Some of them are still alone, trying to figure out how to accommodate all of those so-called people of destiny. Some of them just chose the path of one-night stand lifestyle with another made-up story. They walk a very special tantric path of spiritual development. But just basic information can easily prevent those tortures. The truth is that just a biological attraction or biological compatibility that can be felt like a magnetic attraction is not a sign of romantic destiny at all. It's just a way of nature. Each one of us represents a certain kind of biological or energetic signature that can be attractive for someone and can be repulsive for someone else. This is just life as it is. If we are repulsive or attractive to different groups of people, we don't think that something must be wrong with us. If we are repulsive, or necessarily a romantic destiny is revealed if we are attractive, or someone is attractive to us, or nothing is necessarily wrong with a person who is repulsive to us. We're just biologically incompatible with them, clear enough. Now, what's really important here is that true master doesn't make his decisions basing on biology. And this is really a problem in some countries. I don't mention any countries here by their names, but in those particular countries, people try to establish businesses and business relationships basing on biological compatibility, often ignoring people's professional qualifications and skills. Most of those businesses didn't survive for obvious reason. We can't make important decisions based on a biological factor. There's our true self that is non-physical, and there's a physical body that is physical. We don't follow our physical body follows us. Some people get the truth about my will is infinite will on superficial level of their surface minds and say, well, today's the only thing I want to do is to sit on a couch, drink beer, and watch TV. So I don't know why, but it seems like it's the will of the infinite for me for today. No, it's not the will of the infinite. It's the habits of his uneducated and untrained body that go on autopilot. Our infinite self never has those kinds of desires and habits. Our true self is constructively hyper-creative and always wants to create more updated versions of your life every moment. So if you got some great business idea and you're eager to start working on planning, strategizing, and implementing it, this is likely your true infinite self's will, or the will of the infinite, because your true infinite self wants to always be busy with creating abundance. Well, business, abundance, everything is understandable here. And it tells your body to get up from your couch, get busy, start working, and it wills it to get busy and start working. And body must obey. We don't listen to our bodies because the body has nothing to tell us. It always waits for our clear instructions. And it's always energized when we get ourselves going. I personally know someone who thinks he's a great esoteric teacher and healer. And yes, sometimes he gets 1 or 2 clients per year, and actually with really great success. But he is bound by a belief system that he needs to wait for some sort of impulse from his body before doing something. Seemingly a person is doing well financially, has some savings maybe, I don't know, but he does need a job. So he sits on a couch, watches his TV, and waits until his body tells him something to do. And the only thing body can tell is, I want to eat, I want to go to a restroom, sometimes I want to have sex, I want to sleep, and then everything starts all over again. And this will continue until finally we came back to our true selves and remember who we truly are and begin to give our body some constructive directives. Your true infinite self doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to drink, doesn't want to sleep. It never sleeps, by the way. Restroom, sex. Some of us notice that our sexual desire drops down when we are too intensively engaged in our true infinite self's activities, to be more precise, in our own activities, because we are our true selves, truly who we are. And in this case, we should never be afraid that something is wrong with us. We can have sex, but it's not necessary. And we don't ignore, of course, natural physical needs, but please don't call them spiritual guidance or destiny maker, things like that. Let's just call things by their names. Everything's important. Body is important. It's our vehicle of self-expression in the physical world. And we are here to express ourselves in the physical world that wouldn't be possible without a physical body, of course. And it's also known to us that a physical body operates in its best capacities only under guidance of our true infinite selves. And any kind of mixture is impossible here, whether we base our life on biology or on the will of our true infinite selves. If we make our decisions basing on biological factor, then we're not masters. At our best, we can only serve the interests of other masters. At our worst, we just lose our soul and perish. Being exclusively biological we naturally can't produce anything valuable and constructive for ourselves and for life. So for us to move forward into the second way of magic, first of all, it's crucially important to know who we truly are and who we are not. We are definitely not our bodies. We want to completely stop this nonsense, listen to your body, follow your body, because your body knows the truth. Your body doesn't know the truth until you communicate it to it. Then it will know it, and then it will follow it. A body follows your instructions, and not we follow your body's non-existent instructions. To sit on a sofa and passively watch TV, to eat, drink, sleep, and sex are not instructions. It's habitual, biologically programmed, natural, physical, automatic, short-term survival, instinctual, mechanical motions. We don't ignore our instincts, of course, but they are not our determining factor. We don't follow them. Almin teaches a lot about self-government and self-control. We govern our bodies, not vice versa. We control our bodies, not vice versa. So, a sigh of great relief. We don't have any further responsibilities for strongly felt biological attraction to someone. Although we don't deny it. We don't live in denial. We don't deny it. We call it by its name. I just felt a biological attraction to this person, a sign of biological compatibility, but I don't try to make up stories about our past lives, ancient Egypt, and to put myself under pressure of responsibility of pursuing this relationship, things like that. Or to make an important business decision to offer her a job or business partnership only because I feel great with this person and it's pleasant and inspiring to communicate with this person. Confusing through inspiration with biological attraction, of course. But this other attractive one is completely not business-minded and business-oriented. And she or he is totally confused because they don't know what to do with their new status, new position, because, well, it's business. It is business and not a tantric retreat. And we are here to work together and not just to have fun or enjoy one another. We are here on earth to create new updated versions of ourselves and the world, moment by moment, and not just to have fun. If someone is here just to have fun, then they're no different from the kingdom of animals. According to Almin's cosmology, there are people that live on the level of animals, like cows, sheep, rabbits, in a humanoid form. There are also pristine humanity, true humans, and there are original ones, high consciousness beings. Those who follow their bodies are clearly animals in the flesh, in the human flesh. Those who learn mastery, those who aspire to become masters, and they study, they learn from the masters or from the original ones. They are pristine humanity. And the masters or the original ones naturally don't have spiritual teachers. They're absolutely crystal clear about their true identity, their true infinite selves, and they're always in command. And their bodies follow them all the time. And this is life of true master, according to the true will, the will of their true infinite selves. We are more than happy to answer your questions. If any clarifications are needed, our contact information will be posted in the description to this video. Talk to you soon.